Hello, my virtual nibblings. Welcome back to Storytime Saturday, Episode 4, The Traveling Sega Cartridge. Back in the 90s, my Uncle Brian had a Sega Genesis and a copy of Sonic 3, among other games. Now, this is going to matter, because I loved playing Sonic 3 at the time. In fact, one of my favorite things to do was to start a save file without saving, just so I could watch the opening cutscene. In my defense, I was like 5. And that's what I would do every time I visited him. Eventually, he had to sell all of his video games in order to get by, which was kind of a bummer for everyone. However, this was not the end of Sonic 3. No. I would later have my own copy of Sonic 3 in the form of Sonic Mega Collection Plus. But around 2015 or 16, my sister got me what is called a Retron 3, which is a Nintendo NES, which is an NES, a Super Nintendo, and a Sega Genesis all in one. And I started collecting some Sega Genesis games. One of my goals was to get the Sonic trilogy. I was able to find Sonic 1 and 2 pretty easily, and I was eventually able to find Sonic 3. However, when I booted up Sonic 3, the save files looked oddly familiar. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, there's no way. Is there? Could this be? So I showed my Uncle Brian. Turned out, it was his old copy. Somehow, his old copy from when he lived in Sacramento wound up in the city where I was living, which I am not going to say. But it somehow managed to cross counties and find me in a gaming junk shop in a whole different city. He asked me if he could have it back. My immediate response was, hell no. It's mine now. And that copy had been my way of playing Sonic 3 for a while, until it had to unfortunately go into storage when I moved. And now the way I play Sonic 3 is the Sonic Origins collection on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, a bit of a shorter story this time around. I can't think of a way to pad this one out like I could with the last two. So yeah, I'm just going to call it here. I will see you guys on Monday. Bye!